Okay, now I need to clarify one thing. الجمعية هذه مش جمعية الشباب only. هذه جمعية بيت حنينة. بيت حنينة social club for all, for every single one. صغير كبير نسوان everybody.
ونسب.
Yeah, and نسب. And we يعني we stressed on that the last meeting we had يعني. And I hope يعني when you guys يعني send out the message out there يعني in order for us to bring in more members, I think we need to bring the elders يعني as well as the younger crowd يعني.
The problem we're having with that is I'm reaching out to my elders. I'm sure these other guys, inshallah, they're reaching out to the elders, but I think the elders need to hear it from the elders.
Okay, how about the sons to the fathers?
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest influence. The biggest influence is the son, يعني will listen when to the father, and the father will listen to the son, and that's also that should play a major role, a big role.
It should, Ammo, but sometimes I think that
We will
when the son tells the father, it's hachi. Okay, how to shoot. But if he's method and you call my dad, معناته there's something, so there's a difference.
Okay, well, we'll يعني put our effort يعني إن شاء الله. Go ahead.
I think if like us, our ages, if we just work on bringing our brothers with us, that should more than double the
Yeah, I don't know what the
coming.
number is.
And then, as he said, that let the older people talk to the older people.
Well, everybody got to put the effort.
No, we definitely got to put in the effort.
أنا والله مزبوط زي ما بقولوا من قبل. The proof is in the pudding.
Right.
The more we make meetings, the more we participate with each other.
Yes.
Others will see, then they'll come and join us.
يعني
That's what we need to do.
yes. يعني a great thing we did. A great thing we did. يعني أنا بالنسبة لي it's a progress. 2 weeks ago, we initiated. There was a conference call 2 weeks later. And before the third week ended, we have a meeting. Alhamdulillah, that's progress.
Yes.
Yani we're moving forward, and this is yani if we want to see evaluation, if we want to evaluate, that's positive. But we need to do more. Now we need to يعني ask for يعني from everyone. كده مثل the committees, the 3 committees that we have in all the areas. What we need to do now is I think we need to be more specific. They need, in order for us to reach out, they have to write down, yani, person by person, who they're going to contact, who they're going to talk, who they're going to call. That way, at least we won't miss anybody. If we do that, then I think the effort will multiply, and that's what we're looking for. That's what we want, yani. كده يعني this is the evaluation. كده I would like to hear يعني a little bit more about the evaluation, what you guys have done. يعني تفضل.
Okay, and I talked to a lot of people.
No.
So far, all I got is positive
Feedback.
Okay. بس الليلة يعني I got the phone call around 6 o'clock and got a chance to call nobody.
Okay.
Okay, I did make a few calls, talked to a few people, I talked to a few people. Okay. And one thing we need to do, we need to stay steadfast and strong.
Yes.
No matter what the setbacks are. If you hear any negative from anybody, don't let that slow you down.
Right.
Okay, let that person be. Okay, and move on to the next person. Those persons, okay, if we keep going, okay, and everybody stays, and we feel like we stay strong and grow, it's gonna take a long time to grow. Okay, it's gonna be one by one, and we're gonna grow by one by one. As long as okay, in the future when we still stick together and we are proven to be strong and to be together, those people are gonna come and ask and beg to be part of the party.
Right.
So don't let any negative discouragement affect your way.
The problem I'm seeing, I saw in the last two meetings we had is somehow, some way, communication is a problem. I don't know what it is. If there's any kind of issues between the people in their community, they're not reaching out to them. But that's an issue, and that is why every time I'm talking, I always emphasize the part of the dictionary, the directory, is because at the end of the day, we're gonna have to dedicate maybe 1 or 2 people to reach out to everybody, because it seems like when you have multiple people just trying to reach out to people, they're not getting the message. And I'm getting that. I get in that a lot.
The other thing is that we cannot just rely on Facebook.
No, we can't.
We cannot
It's
rely
not enough.
on only emails.
It's not enough.
We have to direct contacts.
Right. We
show
need the
direct
contacts.
contacts.
Right. That's why I'm pushing for the
Yes.
directory so hard,
Yes.
because so we can be able to reach out to more people every time,
We
we
could
need
set
to
out
put.
one day a week for
Exactly.
2 of us to do it in each of our locations.
Right.
And you can guarantee seeing 10 people, 10 different stores. One mahal
Right.
that handles 5 families.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I think that is the most necessary thing for all of us to
I
have
think
any
that's
kind of
the,
real impression.
for us to progress. Good, Yanni.
No, Yanni, what helped us, Riot and Shokat, when we did the picnic, was we did that.
Right.
We went to everybody, Itchbeer, lead, everyone, and invited them, gave them a flyer, told them what it's about. Please come. You know, if you want to donate, donate. If you don't want to donate, you can still come. There's no requirement. Whatever you give. But we just did it. You know, Lillahi Ta'ala, we wanted everybody to come, and we did it from our hearts, and people responded. So, inshallah, we can do the same with this.
And I think that's got to be one of our agendas in the next couple of weeks for this part, is to get the guys in the committees, and to get together in their communities, the leaders, and actually go to these people's businesses and get as much contacts and let them know what's going on, other than just a phone call. Because even a phone call, it seems like it's weak. It's not solid for them. They're listening to you and it's coming out the other ear.
Yeah.
So we need to actually be at the actual physical face meetings with these people. It's just a really big thing.
I just want to emphasize everything that he's saying, how important it is. The directory is important, because if we can get, the way Khadi described it, one family member to give us a bunch of different numbers of their immediate family so we could help them bring them in, that would be ideal. So the way Billy's talking about it is exactly how we got to approach it. So if it's something you guys can't do, or you feel like you're not being effective enough, some of us need to take charge and be able to reinforce what you're doing yourself by visiting them.
Yes.
And I mean it. By constantly getting visits by us, it will, one way or another, show them how dedicated and committed we are, and they will give us a try.
Yeah, because we have to use by no means any channel, any way possible to reach out. We need to take advantage and use it.
Okay, everybody that I talk to face to face, and that seems to show more positive. Okay, and I know we've been kind of lazy in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I know we haven't done.
It's understandable.
Okay, we haven't done what we're supposed to. Okay, but the issue he raised about, like, that's why we have 5 in each area, 5 members in each area. If someone has an issue with someone in that area, you don't have to reach that person. You call someone else, somebody else, and say, okay,
that's my whole point.
You have 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then one of those people can take care of the.
That's exactly my point.
Okay,
Exactly
so
my
that
point.
can be solved.
Yes.
But from the experience, like the picnic, how many times we went to people and they said they're gonna come and they never come. So it's trial and error. It might be 5 years before we get 500 people. Realistically, it might only be 100 people or 80 people, because we are fairly new.
Yeah.
You know what I think is, I just got back 3-4 days ago. I think the biggest issue is more questions than answers. And I think we need to write everything down and explain in what we're trying to do.
We had
Because
that.
everybody's confused.
We got that.
No.
We got that agenda.
This is
Yes.
This is why now, because we have a lot of new faces. I think we need to take at least a good half hour for someone to read the bylaws.
The meeting is online.
To read the bylaws, no, but still, to read the bylaws, and explain. And anybody that has a question, and we can be able to answer. Yes.
What are you guys doing?
Right.
What do you guys want to do?
Where's the meeting?
There's
videos.
There's videos
If you have a piece of paper, you give it to the person themselves. Exactly. The charter. Whenever you go out, you hand it to them. This is what it is. It's a consistent message. It's the same message every single time. It's a pamphlet.
That's like a
flyer.
It needs to
No reason, because when I wrote this, Abed was there. Maybe he can explain everything. It's just
Bethany.net.
Yeah, quick. I know that when.
no. The only thing I want
You guys
to
end
do
up putting
is
that
read out
those 2 first videos
the
up?
bylaws.
Yeah,
and explain one by one what the criteria and what we're looking for, what's شو أهدافنا يعني.
Go over the important